Welcome everybody in here. Let me make sure we are full screen, not partial screen. It looks like we're full screen. Yes, we are full screen. So that at least that works. Welcome everybody to the NCAA Football 14 Bowl Selection Show. Let me mute myself here. So thank you for joining us for the selection show. It's a pleasure to be here with you for this video. I know I did one for 2018-2019 bowl selection, and I said I was going to do the games on my channel recording with video, but that didn't ever happen. So what I did was I went back, listened to the video, paused it during each bowl game that I announced, and typed them up in a PowerPoint selection, and we are going to do another selection show for that, and as well as let me move my mic here. As well as let's better over here. All right. As well as actually record them this time. So let's get started. That's why I have the selection show PowerPoint, because I wanted to do it where you can actually see the logo and the teams that are playing. So we first are starting off with the New Mexico Bowl. The New Mexico Bowl is between the Air Force Falcons of the Mountain West and the Pac-12 Oregon Ducks. That's the New Mexico Bowl. Now moving on to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, which is the Central Michigan Chippewas taking on the Colorado State the Colorado State Rams, and then you have the points. That was the Idaho Potato Bowl. Now you have the Poinsettia Bowl between the Houston Cougars. They will be they'll be in the Big 12 in real life soon, and we'll make them in the Big 12 in Dynasty mode. So when we have Dynasty mode stuff, they'll be a Big 12 in Big 12 bowls. They'll be taking on the Nevada Wolfpack. That's going to be a good game between the Mountain West and the soon-to-be Big 12. Then you have the Beef Breeders' Bowl in St. Petersburg, Florida. That's going to be between the Memphis Tigers. They will take on the Middle Tennessee State Blue Raiders. That's the Beef Breeders' Bowl. Then you have the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl between the Georgia State Panthers and the Florida Atlantic Owls. Then you have the Mako Las Vegas Bowl. This one's at the old stadium. Between the Colorado Buffaloes and the San Jose State Spartans. Then you have the Sheridan Hawaii Bowl at Aloha Stadium, the old Aloha Stadium. That'll be between Boise State Broncos and the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs of the Boise State's in the Mountain West, and they're talking about as far as our conference realignment for the Big 12 and the Louisiana Tech. It's the Broncos and the Bulldogs. Louisiana Tech is in I think in Conference USA. Then you have the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. That's no longer a bowl sponsor. Between Northwestern and Toledo. So Big Ten versus MAC conference there. That's the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. Moving on to the Military Bowl. That one is going to be between Ohio, University of Ohio, and yes, Clemson. Shocker there. Then you have the Bridgepoint Education Holiday Bowl between BYU, the up-and-coming Big 12 team, against the Pac-12 Stanford. Big 12 has had their links to the Holiday Bowl before. We have the Belk Bowl in Charlotte, North Carolina at the stadium there where the Belk Bowl and that was now called the Duke's Mayo Bowl. But that's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina. That'll be between Miami Hurricane and the Rice Owls. Then you have the Advocare V100 Independence Bowl in Independence. In Louisiana, I think it's in Louisiana, somewhere in Louisiana. So that'll be between the Big Ten Purdue Boilermakers and the ACC Virginia Cavaliers. I will recap these. Hopefully, I'm not going too fast for you, but this is the Advocare V100 Independence Bowl. There's a lot of bowls. That's why I'm not. I will recap the bowls once I'm done here. If you want the final top 25 standings from that Dynasty season, you can go back to the original Bowl Selection Show video or audio in the audio video in the channel. It's in save. Once I'm done live streaming this, I'll put it in the cue card on YouTube. Moving on to the Wrestle Athletics Bowl, which is now the was the Wrestle Athletics Bowl, and then it became the Camping World Bowl, and now it's still at Camping World Stadium. It's just now the Cheez-It Bowl. So basically, the Wrestle Athletic Bowl is now the Cheez-Its Bowl. That'll be between UCF, current American Athletic team, up-and-coming Big 12 team, and the ACC Duke Blue Devils. Then you have the Meineke Car Care Bowl of Texas. Between the Iowa Hawkeyes of the Big Ten and the Cincinnati Bearcats of the American Athletic Conference, soon to be Big 12 team. Armed Forces Bowl between UTEP and Fresno State. Then you have the Craft Fight Hunger Bowl in Santa Clara, California. Between the Navy Midshipmen of the American Athletic Conference taking on Arizona Wildcats of the Pac-12. Then you have the Valera Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, between the Big 12's Texas Longhorns and the Pac-12 Cal Bears. This is one of the last remaining years that Texas in real life, this is one of the last remaining times Texas could qualify naturally for the Alamo Bowl. They may be able to be in the SEC, be able to qualify if there's a Big 12, not enough that Big 12 teams that made it, and you had a open spot, but we just don't know. But currently, it's a Pac-12 versus Big 12 bowl game. That's still the case today. Then we have the Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl between that's in Tempe, Arizona, at Arizona State Stadium. Between the Big 12's West Virginia taking on the Michigan State Spartans of the Big 10. You have the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl between the SEC Kentucky Wildcats and the NC State Wolfpack. So cats versus dogs, basically there. SEC versus ACC. Blue and white versus red and white. The Sun Bowl in Texas El Paso, at the University of Texas El Paso Stadium at the Sun Bowl Stadium in El Paso, Texas. It's the Hyundai Sun Bowl between the Washington State Cougars of the Pac-12 and Florida State Seminoles of the ACC. So it's Noles and the Cougars. Then you have the AutoZone Liberty Bowl at Liberty Bowl Stadium in Memphis, Tennessee, home of the Memphis Tigers and the Liberty Bowl. Between the Big Ten Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Max FIU Owls, the Florida National Panthers. FAU is the Owls. That's right. That is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Then is the Chick-fil-A Bowl or the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. It was the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, then became the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and it's now the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. I decided to put the peach back in it. It's Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, and sometimes it's been called the Peach Bowl. That still is a bowl between the SEC and the ACC. The SEC is the Georgia Bulldogs, and the SEC is the Georgia Tech. The ACC is Georgia Tech. The SEC is Georgia. So it's an in-state rivalry there between Georgia and Georgia Tech. Also, the Chick-fil-A kickoff is also between the SEC and ACC as well. So that is just a FYI there. Generally, I don't know if that's a hard fast rule for the kickoff, but it's an ACC SEC. During that was the case. The ACC and SEC when this game was made. That was now the Peach Bowl is part of the rotation for the college football playoffs. It is 2 at-large teams. So hopefully when they make the new NCAA football game, they will put that in there. That is in a large in how the college football playoff rotation. We have the next bowl game, which is the Heart of Dallas Bowl at the Old Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, Texas. This was the only other game besides the Red River Showdown between OU and Texas. And until they moved a bowl to the SMU Stadium in Dallas. But this one won't be there. That'll be at the Cotton Bowl. This one will be at the Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, the old Cotton Bowl Stadium in Dallas, Texas. This one's going to be between the Tulsa Golden Hurricane and the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. ACC Big Ten there. Then you have the TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Between the Alabama Crimson Tide. Yes, Alabama not in a BCS Bowl. Shocker there. Taking on Ohio State, not a BCS Bowl there as well. You would think that this would have been the national championship game. But nope. Clemson, Ohio State, and Alabama did not make a BCS Bowl or the national championship. We'll get the national championship later. But let this sink in that this is just unusual for college football, for Alabama and Ohio State not to be either the playoffs or a BCS Bowl. The Capital One Bowl in Orlando is still from the same, I think it's from the same stadium as Camping World. I don't think they used a different stadium. The only other stadium besides Camping World Stadium in Orlando that is used for college football is home to the UCF Knights. So, not Golden Knights, but Knights. As the Auburn Tigers of the SEC taking on Penn State of the Big Ten. So we just went from a Big Ten Big Ten SEC matchup already. So this is a back-to-back Big Ten SEC matchup there. And I think Penn State and Auburn just got done playing in real life, and as of this live stream, as far as the real life, as what I'm trying to say is, as the time of this live stream, in real life college football, going on in real life college football, I think Auburn just got done playing Penn State either last week or the week before. So that's interesting there. I'm gonna make sure of it. Yeah, that was in week 3. At Penn State, that was where I'm thinking that was where. Yep, that was where game day was of week 3. Moving on to the Outback Bowl in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. I'm thinking it's the Outback Steakhouse, not Outback as in the car or a place in Australia. That's between the Texas A&M Aggies of the SEC. They'll take on Michigan of the Big Ten. So we've had Ohio State and Alabama, Auburn and Penn State, and now Texas A&M and Michigan. 3 bowl games in a row that we've announced that have been SEC and Big Ten. We'll see if that streak will continue in the next bowl. I just don't know. That's the Outback Bowl. Then we have the Rose Bowl, and that will not, repeat, not continue the streak of SEC Big Ten. It'll be Big Ten and Pac-12, however. It's the Big Ten champion and the Pac-12 champion. This is in Pasadena, California, at the Rose Bowl Stadium. Also, UCLA, who is in the Pac-12, is a team that uses the stadium for all home games. Just a little FYI. The Big Ten champion and the Big Ten representative, the Maryland Terps, which is a turtle, taking on the Pac-12 team. The Pac-12 team is UCLA. So basically, they are playing at their home stadium in the bowl game. So that's kind of interesting. Only other team to do that has been Hawaii. I don't think Boise State has made it to the Boise Idaho Potato Bowl. But yeah, then that was the first. That was the first. That was the first of the. That was the first of the BCS bowls. This is the second of the BCS bowls that I will announce. It is the Tostitos Festival at the stadium in Glendale, Arizona, home to the Arizona Cardinals, which is now known as State Farm Stadium. Was the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, was what it was called in the game. It is now State Farm Stadium. That is the Louisville Cardinals of the ACC. ACC. They'll take on the Washington. Washington Huskies of the Pac-12. Here's an interesting fact about the Fiesta Bowl and Louisville. Louisville has also played in the Fiesta Bowl back when I played them as Oklahoma State and lost them. That was my last loss in Dynasty mode. That was the last loss. I have not lost a game since then. And I have done everything. I have made national championships, and we'll get the national championship game in a bit. This is the second, of course, of the BCS Bowls. This or Pasadena or the other Bulls, BCS Bulls will be the host of the national championship game. I just don't remember which one was the one at the time, but I will make my decision for this purpose and select one of them for the national championship game. And it will still show the logo of that bowl on there, and it just will be the BSS national championship. It won't have the BCS Bowl series at midfield like it would in Dynasty mode. You won't see that until the next bowl season for 2021-2022 bowl season for Dynasty mode. We will also have, which will be one of the bowls we'll do, and then we'll do something for real life bowls, and we will find out. I'll show you which ones are due. Next video I will do. We will show you which current of the current bowls are doable and how you can do every bowl game, regardless of the bowl. All bowl games in the current bowls are doable. I'll just show you what stadium you can use for it if there's no stadium for it. So we have the Allstate Sugar Bowl at the Superdome in New Orleans. At the Caesars Superdome, it used to be the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, but now it's the Caesars Superdome. Between the Army Black Knights of Independent. Interesting for them to be in a BCS Bowl. good for them. And SMU, so usually it's the the SEC, usually it's the SEC and the Big 12. Big 12 there, so that's a bummer. But SMU and Army still to be a good one between the Black Knights and the Mustangs. Then you have the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida, at Hard Rock Stadium or the Miami Football Stadium there, where Miami Hurricanes and Dolphins both play. Between the Virginia Tech Hokies of the ACC and the SEC's LSU Tigers. Then you have the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic, non-BCS Bowl, but it is in the cultural playoff rotation now at AT&T Cowboy Stadium between the Big 12s, generally between the Big 12 and the SEC. So the SEC is the Vanderbilt Commodores of the SEC. They'll take on the Big 12 TCU Horned Frogs. So there you have, that's the SEC Big 12 game. The BBVA Compass Bowl in Birmingham, Alabama, between the Utah State Aggies. They'll take on the Miami of Ohio of the MAC. So Mountain West, I think Mountain West. Yeah, Mountain West, because Utah is in the Pac-12. In the Miami of Ohio, the Redhawks of the MAC. Then it's the GoDaddy.com Bowl between Bowling Green. Bowling Green's nickname is... What is Bowling Green's nickname? Falcons. Bowling Green Falcons taking on the University of Louisiana, or the Louisiana Lafayette back in the day. Raging Cajuns. There in the Sun Belt. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, the BCS National Championship game in the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California. I don't remember what it was back in Dynasty mode. So since we don't know what it was in Dynasty mode, we are going to make our own location for it, and we have chosen. We have to choose from one of the 4 BCS bowls, which is either A, Sugar, B, Fiesta, C, Orange, or D, Rose. And we chose the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California for the national championship game, and that'll be the second-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys of the Big 12 champion. They will take on the SEC champion. I think the SEC champion. Yeah, because there was no in the Sugar Bowl. There was no SEC team in the Sugar Bowl. That was generally the Fiesta Bowl, and Sugar Bowl is the SEC champion Big 12 team. But the SEC champion and the Big 12 champion are national championships since they were number 1 and 2 ranked overall. So, like I said, Oklahoma State, the second-ranked team, and they would be playing the first-ranked South Carolina Gamecocks of the SEC champion. So that should be a good game. Oklahoma State, the visiting team there, considered a visiting team there. South Carolina will be considered the home team there. All these games will be played in the Play Now exhibition. The next time we will have a bowl selection show, we will do it for the 2021, 2022 bowl selection show for Dynasty mode as well as for regular mode, and both the one we will have for Dynasty mode this year and this one and uh, and the other one will be the 2020 roster. The last year's roster, 2020 roster, will be used for this bowl season, this bowl thing, the regular one in Dynasty, and the real life bowl ones as well. Will be the 2020 roster. So there you have. Those are the bowls. Our next video we will do. I guess I could have done it in this video, but I decided not to do it in this video. Because it was a pretty lengthy video, so yeah, so that is it. So recap again: New Mexico Bowl, Albuquerque, Air Force, and Oregon. Idaho Potato Bowl, Colorado State, and Central Michigan. Idaho Potato Bowl, Poinsettia Bowl, Houston, and Nevada. Brievo Braves Bowl, Memphis, and Middle Tennessee. L. Carriers, New Orleans Bowl, Florida Atlantic, and Georgia State. Mako Las Vegas Bowl, Colorado, and San Jose State. Hawaii Bowl, Boise State, Louisiana Tech. Losers Bowl in Toledo, Northwestern. Ohio and Clemson in the Military Bowl. Stanford and BYU in the Bridgeport Holiday Bowl. Rice and Miami in the Belk Bowl. Virginia and Purdue in the Independence Bowl. Duke and UCF in the Russell Athletics Bowl. Hawaii and, not Hawaii, but Iowa and Cincinnati in the Mikey Car Care Bowl of Texas. Armed Forces Bowl, UTEP and Fresno State. Carpenter Bowl, Navy and Arizona. Alamo Bowl, Texas and Cal. West Virginia, Michigan State. Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl, Kentucky, NC State, Mississippi State Bowl. Florida State, Washington State, Sun Bowl. Nebraska, FIU, Liberty Bowl. Georgia Tech, Peach Bowl. Tulsa Rutgers, Tar Dallas Bowl. Alabama, Ohio State, Gator Bowl. Auburn, Penn State, Auburn, Penn State in the Capital One Bowl. Texas A&M, and Michigan in the Outback Bowl. Rose Bowl between Maryland and UCLA. And Tostitos, PS Bowl, Louisville and Washington. Army and SMU Sugar Bowl. Virginia Tech and LSU in the Orange Bowl. Vanderbilt, TCU in the Cotton Bowl. Utah State, Miami, Ohio. UVA Compass Bowl, Bowling Green in Louisiana. And Oklahoma State, I think. Let me go back and see. Army's in a bowl game. Navy's in a bowl game. And so is Air Force. So all three military teams made it. Of the Pac-12, the Pac-12 teams that made it in, let's see here, we have it here. do we have? Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Look at the Pac-12 teams that made it in. Yeah, if California made it in, Oregon made it in. Yeah, Oregon made it in. Cal made it in. Colorado made it in. Stanford made it in. Okay, so Cal, Oregon, Stanford, Washington, I think, made it in. I think Washington made it in. Arizona made it in. Cal made it in, like I said. Washington State made it in. I think Washington made it in. Yeah, I think Washington made it in. Oh, UCLA, of course, made it in. So the ones of the Pac-12 that made it in to a bowl of this from this bowl selection was California, Oregon, Stanford, Washington, Washington State, Arizona, Colorado, UCLA. The ones that didn't make it in: Utah, USC, Arizona State, and Oregon State. Of the SEC, Florida made it in, I think. Maybe make sure Florida. So South Carolina is in there. That's the SEC team. Vanderbilt, LSU. There's Washington. A&M, Auburn, Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky. And is that it from the SEC? Yeah, that's it from the SEC. So, Florida, Georgia. Did I say Florida? Did I say Florida? I think I said Florida. Where is Florida? Here's Kentucky. Hold on, let me make sure here. Make sure Florida made it in here. Florida. Kentucky, Georgia, Alabama, Auburn, A&M, LSU, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina are the only ones that made it in from the. So that left out Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri. Did I say Florida? Did I say Florida? Hold on. Did I say Florida? I think I said Florida. Maybe I didn't. I said Florida State and Florida International and Florida Atlantic. Did I say University of Florida? No. Florida Atlantic. UCF. FIU. I don't think I said Florida. That'd be a shocker. Yeah, no. Florida didn't make it. Georgia did. Kentucky did. I'll show you Kentucky. Kentucky is here somewhere. Where are they? Where is Kentucky? I saw Kentucky here. Yeah, there's Kentucky. So Kentucky made it in, Georgia made it in. I'll show you Georgia's. They are here, somewhere. Yeah, pass the other way. Yeah, it's the other way here. Yep. I think I passed it. Well, maybe not. I think I passed it. The sugar. It was the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. Oh, there it is. There's Georgia. So Florida didn't make it. Georgia did. Kentucky did. Missouri didn't. South Carolina did. Their national championship game. Tennessee didn't. Vanderbilt did. Alabama did. Arkansas did not. Auburn did. LSU did. Mississippi State didn't. Ole Miss didn't. And Texas A&M did. That's the SEC in a nutshell. The Sun Belt, Oregon State wasn't put into the game, so they didn't close handling there. Was them or Georgia Southern. Did Georgia State make it in? Georgia State. Yep, Georgia State made it in. Did Troy make it in? Troy, let's see. Troy made it in. Did Troy make it in? I don't think Troy made it in. Nope. Troy didn't make it in. Arkansas State didn't make it in. Louisiana did. South Alabama didn't. Texas State didn't. And University of Louisiana Monroe didn't. So the only teams from the Sun Belt was Louisiana and Georgia State. That's it. From the Independent, you had BYU, Army, and that was it. New Mexico State, UMass, Liberty, Connecticut, and Notre Dame surprisingly did not make a bowl game. That was the Pac-12, SEC, and Sun Belt. The Mountain West, Boise State made a bowl game. Air Force made a bowl game. Colorado State made a bowl game. New Mexico, I don't think, despite having a bowl at their stadium, I don't think New Mexico made a bowl. Let me look. I'm not seeing it so far for New Mexico. But again, nope. New Mexico didn't. Utah State did. I'll show you where Utah State was. We just passed Air Force. Let's see here. Boise State did. We just passed them. So yeah, we'll see how each conference does with the teams that they have made to a bowl game, and we'll see the 2021-22 bowl season. It'll say 2013-2014, but it's actually for the 2021-2022 bowl season instead. So do apologize. But that's with the 2020 rosters. This will be the 2020 rosters as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see how the Pac-12. So MAC does have the teams that at least have one team in there. They have more than one, but these are the conferences that have at least one team in there in this bowl season, this bowl thing here. Pac-12, independent. Even though independent's not a conference, they still got BYU, Army, and that's it. SEC, Pac-12, Sun Belt, MAC, Mountain West, Big 12, Big 10, Conference USA, Big 10, Big 12, Conference USA, ACC, and AAC, American Athletic Conference, and the Atlantic Coast Conference. The two ones that start with an A, the ACC and the AAC. Has a lot of A's and one's 1C and 2 A's. There's 2 C's and 1 A. Then you have a Mac and Pac. Mac and Pac, that's kind of funny to say. Mac and Pac. It would be funny if it was the Mountain West and the Pac. The Mountain West and, the MAC Conference and the Pac-12. That would be cool if those two schools played in the beginning with the MAC versus Pac game. We may do a MAC versus Pac-12. Wait, see here. Yeah, there's 12 MAC and 12 PAC. So we could do. Yeah, there's 12 and 12, so we can do evenly. So we can do MAC versus PAC. Get mine say football. That'll do it for me. Until next time, this